After years of stalled efforts, legislation to reform North Carolina's foster care system is finally moving forward. WRAL's Kristen Severance explains how our recent foster care documentary helped to reignite the push for change.
Representative Alan Chesser told me this legislation would finally give the state the power to force counties to make changes.
Hoping to see this thing finally change the direction of our foster care system for the first time in 10 years.
Republican Representative Alan Chesser said the bipartisan bill called Fostering Care in NC would add oversight to the 100-county child welfare system.
So that accountability piece is going to be instrumental in shifting the focus of DSSs across the state.
We showed you in our WRAL documentary, Broken, what can happen when kids fall through the cracks. Avante Devin adopted 5 kids from 3 North Carolina counties. 2 of those kids, Blake and London Devin, died from abuse and starvation. Devin was charged with their murder. Blake Devin was Felicia Chandler's biological son.
And I wholeheartedly believe it could have been prevented. Someone dropped the ball here, somewhere, somehow.
In the documentary Broken, we talk a lot about the 100-county system. We also talked about the Avante Devin case and Blake and London Devin. Do you think about those poor children?
I do. It's hard not to when you look at this, but I think the impetus becomes that we don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past, but we also don't want to lose sight of the children who are currently in our system.
Chesser said a recent audit of the North Carolina child welfare system showed once again the need for reform.
Safety guidelines that were adhered to in less than 60% of some of the cases that were reviewed.
Currently, the state can only step in after a tragedy or egregious mismanagement. NCDHHS just took over in Vance County after a number of issues, including failing to make appropriate screening decisions in 30% of cases.
For not following the law and or guidance that's provided from the state.
Similar legislation called Senate Bill 625 almost passed last session, but was blocked by Republican Representative Sarah Stevens, who said it was too broad. She had concerns this time too, but Chesser said they worked through them. And after 18 drafts and 21 amendments, it passed unanimously. Now it's off to the Senate for a vote.
Last interview, you had said, when you were introducing the bill, you had said, okay, look, make sure you continue to hold us accountable, make sure we get across the finish line.
We've got some champions on the Senate side that are willing to pick it up and run with it, so time will tell. Nothing in this building is certain, and so we've got a lot of work ahead of us, but I feel pretty good at where we are right now.
You can watch Broken, Foster Care in North Carolina on WRAL.com or WRAL's YouTube page. I'm WRAL investigative documentary reporter Kristen Severance.
And as Kristen mentioned, that bill is now in the state Senate. We don't know when it'll come up for a vote or if more changes will be made and they'll send it back to the House, but we will be watching. And if it does pass, of course, we'll be watching to see if it works too.